everyone, and I was actually gonna show one of my favorite things I've ever done um, from like images that my followers actually saw it in the process. So basically, this was my first like sketch on it, how I wanted my VTubers home to look like, and you guys are really gonna see that it changes a lot the longer I process, which is, I think, is okay to do, especially as an artist. If it doesn't feel right, just change it or redo it. Um, but this was the very first one that they got. And I remember this one I actually did by accident. I just wanted it to be like some cave opening or window over here. But when I was done like actually forming it, it became very much like a heart. So I kind of changed around some edges and stuff and made it a little bit even more like a heart, just because I thought it would be cute. And here was like a big opening I was thinking about, and then I wanted like the cave to be like, water and little stuff like that, just to make it a bit homey. Okay, so this is when I start to kind of color a couple of stuff, getting a feeling to it. I wanted a full moon just because my VTuber is a werewolf, for you guys who doesn't know. And I wanted a full moon to be, well, there, because it's important. It's a symbol for my VTuber. And this was going to be her sleeping corner. So I made it sure, but I kind of made a bunch of pillows. Not really sure why a werewolf would need pillows. But anyways, that was the idea I had at first. And then the next step was legit like adding the water. And I think this was a process for me that was very hard, because this is my first landscape drawing I've ever done, and I wanted to get out of my comfort zone, and I think I really did with this one. And the more it developed during time, I actually liked it more and more, and it was a very big process for me. And the more I actually managed to push to like it more and more, actually made me work harder on it. This is the next step, which is not very much if you think about it. It's like I'm trying out if I want it to be like, gray and dark colors, but I kind of almost right away started to feel like that's not really what I wanted to go for. And it took me like some time to realize that I wasn't really happy with it, and it took actually a long break from this art piece, and I was really like sad that I couldn't really come up with a way to actually continue on it. Like, it was bothering myself like for a lot of time. But then one day I decided to come back to it, and I kind of got the idea of doing more of a blue looking kind of way in the corner, at least. So the corner kind of started to build the idea that I started to get for the cave. And over here is the water that's pouring down, but just the effect of it kind of glowing really made me get an idea for the cave. And it really inspired me to have like glowing mushrooms and a little bit of like stronger like light green color to really make it pop. And that's where this is kind of evolving as an art piece. And also over here, as you see, the water gets more and more revealed. Also some shadows from like the rocks over here. The waterfall looks better now. Like it's a couple of pieces that start to like come to, if that makes any sense. The next one, I legit just continued on the idea itself of it being more bluish color instead of gray. And here I removed the kind of dark gray and really started to be like, yes, this is really what I want, this is what I want to do. And then I just kept pushing. And I remember it was a very, very hard process for me because I needed to think deeper than I ever done. Because I'm so used to making emotes, but I want to evolve and do more stuff than that. And that's why I started this piece in general. Um, to be more comfortable doing stuff like this, even on a drawing tablet, because I was used to it with pen and pencil and stuff like that, but not with a drawing tablet and digital art. So I wanted to push myself and learn a little bit. Here it is when we really start putting the idea in motion, and you really start seeing like pieces coming together, and even in the water here now it started to look good. And that's legit something that made me so happy. Like, I sent this to a couple of friends and I was like super excited and told them like, look, doesn't this look good? Like, oh my god. Even my followers started on my Discord being like, oh, that started to look really good. And they started to get excited to get an update every day, because now I worked every day again. But it's actually harder than it looks because it took me a lot of hours, especially to do like this water to make it look so I didn't hate it. It took me a long time. I think I changed this waterfall I don't know how many times, and I did reshape these rocks a lot, because I don't know if you guys remember how it looked from the beginning, but you see like the lines are very weird. It's very edgy and dodgy at places, but on that one we cleaned it up and made it actually look kind of okay. And then we came to my favorite part. I even sat down with a couple of followers and was like, I think the sleepy corning isn't fitting my VTuber. I don't really know what to do with it. And a couple of people started to like help me to try to get an idea. They were like, maybe you could just change it a little bit so you like it more. And I wasn't really sure how to, but this is how it turned out. So basically, we made the staircase, but then we also removed all the pillows, because for some reason it just kind of popped in my head like, I don't really think she would care for a pillow. That's at least how I would see my VTuber. I wouldn't really care for a pillow. But I wanted some privacy, but it's because it's a werewolf with like long nails and stuff like that. I also made sure that it's broken, so it kind of makes sense that she accidentally like scratched it and stuff like that. Okay, so here it is when the final piece was done, because when I had done this part, I was so eager to finish the piece, and I actually pushed my hardest to finish it. It was a lot of changes, it was a lot of process, and I also didn't really like this anymore, because as you guys remember, I had that, like the little cave opening, but in my head it just like it didn't fit anymore, and I was sitting there for so many hours like, what am I gonna do? I still wanted this to stay, but not the entrance itself. So I decided to remove it completely and also make some changes. And this is kind of how it ended up. And I am actually very excited, and I really like the art, and I'm absolutely happy I actually made it. And it also made me kind of excited to do another kind of landscape thing in the future. So that's something I'm gonna look forward to, and I hope my followers are gonna do too. So just because this is actually something that was very much of a favorite for my followers to follow through this process, I decided to also show you guys how the process was for me and how I was thinking and everything, how it turned out. and I'm actually very happy. So once again, artists never give up, and it took me so many changes and so many ideas twisting around to this to be done. Never be afraid of changing or try again, even if it's maybe very spooky to completely change the piece as you're going. I wasn't very comfortable with it either. I'm gonna be honest, but I am not afraid of doing that anymore because I really like how this piece turned out. So, stay positive and believe in yourself, and you can create almost anything. And if you don't make it the first time, do it again. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.